how does exercise aid our development of the will to be more disciplined and less lazy in all areas of life, right? Because I think that when we're disciplined physically with exercise, we can also point to other areas where I think we start to become more disciplined, more resilient as well. And when we're not, we can kind of see, well, if I'm kind of lazy and undisciplined in exercise, that often translates to laziness and lack of discipline in other areas.
That's right. That's absolutely true. The This is probably the area since publishing the book in July that I've heard most feedback on. Maybe this was most surprising for readers or for whatever reason. It's near the back of the book, so maybe it just stuck out in their minds. But this may be the lesson it took me the longest to learn. I think pretty early on, I could sense just the mood benefits, the general kind of joy benefits that
Hmm.
come along with exercise, and then sense those mental clarity, mental energy benefits. But it took me a while to realize when I'm training my body like this, my will is getting a little bit stronger. Like when I first started off, I'm like, man, I can't do this. I'm so scared to go out. And it's like
Hmm.
40 degrees outside. I'm going to get cold. My mind is generating these excuses. Why not to go
Hmm.
for a jog? I am lingering over that moment of like making the decision to actually put the first step in front of the other. And
Hmm.
then as I continue to do that, experience the benefits, those benefits are strengthening my will. And I'm really, hey, I can do this. And you get to other areas in life and it's like, man, I started the day by running 3 miles. Yeah, I can write this email. Yeah, I can have a hard
Yeah.
conversation. I think
Yeah.
sometimes doing something physical and objective with our bodies can help us realize, hey, there's in the softer areas of life, the softer work, to realize,
Hmm.
hey, man, you did the hard thing this morning. You ran the 3.5 miles. You
Hmm.
can finish up this little task at work,
Yeah.
finish up your article, finish having this meeting, make that call. And so I have experienced a general sense of when you bite off the harder thing, something beyond what you know you're comfortable doing, you can become more comfortable
Hmm.
embracing your discomforts. That's part of it.
Yeah.
I think in training the will to embrace something hard, to push through it, experience the reward on the other side, you can then apply that to other areas in your life related to being a
Hmm.
husband, being a father, being a friend, and being a good worker at
Hmm.
your job,
Yeah.
and various things in the life of the church. For pastors, I mean, the difficult conversations, the hard emails, the hard calls,
Hmm.
we know a discomfort is coming and those can be paralyzing. And so to be able to have trained ourselves that, hey, reward comes from endurance.
Hmm.
Reward doesn't come from sitting around and having everything given to us.
Yeah.
There are times where reward comes from embracing the hard thing,
Hmm.
putting one foot in front of the other, trusting God, and then looking forward to that reward and tasting the joy on the other side. And
Hmm.
and there's a way in exercise to recondition your inner person
Hmm.
from a life of comforts, a life of softness, to you can move forward. You can trust God and move
Hmm.
forward in a hard situation. And you know what? Often life's greatest joys come on the other side of steep hills.
Hmm.
And an amazing thing for Christians is to look at Hebrews chapter 12, verse 2, where the image is of a race. You got the runners running, and Hebrews talks about Jesus, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross.
Hmm.
So he goes all the way to the
Yeah.
highest hill, to the highest hill. And I want to know, what is it internally? Like, what got Jesus to the cross? Nothing in my life is anywhere close to that. All my life
Yeah.
pales in comparison to Jesus going to the cross for the greatest achievement in the history of the world, to purchase his people for God, to glorify his Father, to move toward that great reward of being at his Father's right hand. And Hebrews tells us, for the joy set before him. And so if I can train my body, train my soul, train my will to be a little more like Jesus. I mean, this is what we're doing in our Christian
Hmm.
lives, right? Christ
Yeah.
likeness. And be a little bit more like Jesus. And I
Hmm.
want to be a little more like Jesus in not buckling at something hard.
Yeah.
But when it's God's call, when there's clarity to do something hard, embrace that discomfort, look forward to the joy, and obey.